Why is it so close? From your assessment as a political, this is a guy who's done a lot of things that you have characterized as thugs. The attack on the Capitol, there's just the video that came out where you're talking about he's got to pay a price. Mm-hmm. He's clearly not paying any price. He could win the presidency again. Well, why is that from your perspective?
Well, he hasn't. I think he's paid some price. I mean, he's twice impeached and soon will be twice defeated president of the United States. Mm-hmm. But we have to make that happen. That is nothing to be assumed. I always say to the members, assumed is a word that says ass of you and me.
Yeah.
So assume nothing. You just go out there and fight the fight as if each race is the hardest race that you have ever been in. Mm-hmm. And there are people who will never be, shall we say, inclined to support Democrats because they just have a different orientation toward women, people of color, LGBTQ. They just are not ever going to be there. So say that's about like 30% or something like that, and then of the Republicans. And then you have very, very rich people who do not really want to pay taxes or have any regulation of clean air, clean water, any of that. So you have to deal with that. Now, it's not as many very, very rich people, but it's a lot of money that goes into a campaign. But here's where I think we have to be as respectful and understanding as possible. There are people who are concerned. They have fear of globalization. They saw the factory down the road move overseas. They're fearful of innovation. Their father is a truck driver, and now they're going to have
autonomous truck.
Yeah, and so the innovation, globalization, and they include immigration in there, although immigration is not the big job taker. In some parts of the country, there are some jobs that are lost, but actually migration, it really fuels the economy, and especially the kinds of jobs that newcomers take, whether it's on farming or whatever it happens to be, until they work their way up. And so understandably, these people have a concern about the future for themselves, but also for their children. And that's why what Joe Biden did is so good and has to be projected and put out there, is that these jobs that we did in all these bills, many of them do not require a college education. You can make, a lot of money in terms of the trades and all the rest, if that's the path you choose, because we have prevailing wage, Davis-Bacon in this legislation, and apprenticeships to bring people up and the rest of that. Because well over 50% of the American people do not go to college.
Correct.
And so, but people to have to see that opportunity there, and then if they go that path, and then they may want to further their education there. But right now, do you know that in this Project 2025, they are taking out the Department of Education?
Sure.
No more Department of Education, Head Start, greatly reducing that. They are saying to people who are working, no more overtime. No more overtime. They're having things that are very harmful to those same kitchen table people who are concerned about globalization, immigration, and innovation. But that is really what has to be addressed in our country, because